I run into people all the time that say, I have been busy all day. I'm just not sure what I've accomplished. The problem is you think you have to be crazy busy in order to be super productive. I developed something and created something called Life on a 3x5. And this Life on the 3x5 is a success framework, a daily framework to help people like me and you to have the right kind of success. I've developed a way to help you to focus on the right things. You see, most of us understand the benefit of having a budget, which is a plan for how you spend your money. But you don't think about having a plan for how you spend your time. And time is more valuable than money. At 17, I convinced my mom and dad to allow me to have a little bit of floor space that I could sell electronics within their store, basically a store within a store. And so that little small beginning, little space in that store turned into 10 stores in 3 states doing about $5 million a year in business. Most people do not have a plan for where they spend their time because most people operate with the no plan. It just happens to be the worst plan a person can have. Feeling overwhelmed causes stress. The American Institute of Stress states that 40% of workers report their job as being very or extremely stressful. 40%. That's almost half the workforce. And stress, as we know, leads to all kinds of negative outcomes. Every day, I write down my top 3 priorities on my card along with several other things. Do you know what your top 3 priorities are for today? Most people have no idea what's important to them. That's why they don't get the most important things done. I write those things down. That's exactly why organizations like yours bring me in to help their team members improve productivity, increase confidence, and get clarity on what to focus on. It's what led me to create the 6 pillars in my success framework. Let's take a look. They are purpose, passion, goals, discipline, priorities, and gratitude. And gratitude is what helps you to overcome overwhelm by neutralizing the 3 most negative emotions: fear, jealousy, and anger. I got a wake-up call, a literal wake-up call at 2 a.m. On that call is my regional director, Brad. And here's Brad. Scotty, I'm so sorry to call you this early, but our largest store is on fire and it looks like it is going to be a complete loss. It was a complete loss and it cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars because of that fire. The worst thing for me was to get there and to look into the faces of my employees and really see them for the first time, to see their concern and their grief and their anxiety. In that moment, it had never realized what they went through. See, I didn't think about their lives. They were there for me versus me being there for them. And I made a decision that day that that would never happen to me again. What you appreciate, who you appreciate, will appreciate you in time. Did you know grateful people are just happier people? They enjoy life more. So why don't you think about doing this? Be grateful for what you do have so that you won't be ungrateful for what you don't have. When you're grateful for what you do have, you won't be ungrateful for what you don't have. That is why my signature talk helps you to cultivate and express gratitude.
Gratitude is such an important element in our lives, and Scotty has such a powerful story to bring that out in everyone.
This man has so many tips and pointers, and he comes from a space of heart, talking about how gratitude makes all the difference.
Now let me tell you a story about my dad. At 87, he was still working full-time, selling insurance at 87 years old. But I noticed with my dad that his driving had gotten pretty erratic. In fact, I said, Dad, you are just not safe driving. You can't keep selling insurance to do this. So I convinced him it was time for him to retire. Scotty, I've decided to unretire. Dad, people don't unretire at 87. They've been retired for 20 years. What are you going to do about your driving? It's not safe. I have found a solution to that problem. I'm going to hire an Uber driver. He went back to work using an Uber driver. Why? Because he wanted to keep growing.
He just really knows how to tug at your heartstrings and make you feel and understand the power of gratitude. And I absolutely loved his talk.
He's a phenomenal storyteller, so keeps you highly engaged in the story. And then from the story, you get a simple message. And it's really hard for you not to consider how you should be applying more of what he's offering to you.
Grateful people value others. Grateful people are happier. They enjoy life. Grateful people might even live longer. If you would like to hear more about my concept, Life on the 3x5, reach out and I'd love to speak at your next event.